what assets are going to benefit the most from the U.S. aid plan. Because of weeks of negotiations, markets had a lot of time to price in the consequences of this, right?
Yeah, there was a long time where this was negotiated. Remember, it was even to be discussed to be there ahead of the elections in November. Now we are close to the end of the year, and finally this is through. I think the rising infections have also pushed politicians really to that. And indeed, markets have looked into that and priced this. But I think still one reason why the US didn't do so bad as others yesterday was that we have now this agreement in place. And also now this is through the both houses of the Congress, I think is positive news also for the markets. I think especially equities are profiting from that because you see there's fiscal stimulus. That's the pattern we've seen throughout the whole year of 2020, actually.
Is it your go-out kind of stocks like airlines and restaurants that should become my primary focus again?
Well, I think that's the discussion really of growth versus value. We have seen this massive outperformance of growth because of technology being there, clearly one of the winners of all this crisis. And we think now over the recent weeks, we have seen cyclical stocks coming back. And I would really differentiate between only value, because still we see a very low interest rate environment, which is not the best environment for financials, and that will stay for quite some time. So cyclicals should do quite well, and especially going into 2021, where we see a recovery then in growth.
What about the return of buybacks for banks in the United States? How critical a signal is this for the wider market?
Well, that's returning really as now it's discussed and I think happen in 2021. That's certainly positive news. You've also seen that in Europe that the ECB under certain circumstances is allowing that to happen again, also for dividends. I think that's good news because it's helping the markets, of course, from a demand supply perspective. And I think that's good news if that's coming back to the markets for investments.